This is a preview of Inside the Music for Köhler's Opus 33 No. 2. And I want to start by letting you know that I'm getting over a cold, and I know I sound a little bit stuffy and my voice is giving out occasionally, but I'm getting through it, so please bear with me. If you're learning this etude, then you might want to check out my new study guide that is available as a free download on my website. I'm going to put up a QR code as well as a link in the description. Also, check out my new edition of Köhler's Opus 33 Book 1 Flute Etudes. This edition features cleaner print, minimal editing, a glossary of terms, a few alternate versions of the etudes, as well as a larger print edition. To get the sheet music, please check out this QR code or the link in the description. For this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of score analysis. And if this is something you're not familiar with doing, I promise you it's going to be a game changer for 3 reasons. Number 1, it's going to make you a better sight reader. We all want that, right? Number 2, it's going to streamline your practice workflow. And finally, and this is probably the most important reason, is that it's going to give you a deeper understanding of the music you're playing, which is going to make you a better interpreter of said music. A lot of music we play is made up of pretty simple components such as scales and arpeggios. A lot of us have been told by teachers to practice very diligently our scales and arpeggios, and I know that this can feel like a chore sometimes. However, there is a reason that we do this. As you're practicing your scales and arpeggios, rather than checking off a list, I want you to think that you're building up a bank of knowledge inside your body. Number 1, you're learning how to visually recognize these scales and arpeggios on the page, and number 2, you're making that connection between the visual and the physicality of playing the scale or arpeggio. The better you become at this, you can see how this can get a lot quicker. It can improve your practice sessions, make them more efficient, and it can also make you better as a sight reader. Step 1 of the study guide is to take a look at all the different components of this etude. Most of them are going to be arpeggios. Number 1, you want to be able to visually identify them on the page, and number 2, you want to build up some positive muscle memory by practicing them. I'm going to start by taking you through a guided practice of these different musical components. Let's start with the G major arpeggio, and I'm going to play slowly. I'm going to be looking at my tuner, so if you play along with me and if you're more or less in tune with me, you're more or less in tune. I'm not perfect, but I'll try and be as close as possible. We've talked about how studying the music can help you to be a better sight reader, can help to streamline your practice and make it easier to read and play through some of this music. And I want to come back to the third reason why we do this kind of score study, and that is for interpretation. I'm going to discuss really briefly a concept called harmonic pacing. In every piece of music, there is a progression of chords. The pacing, or the speed at which the composer changes chords or harmony, that can evolve throughout the course of the music. Let's take a look at the beginning of this etude. We've established that the first 4 measures are G major. Let's look at measure 5 through 8. The playing components were chromatic scales and D7. But if you think about it even more in depth, the chromatic scale itself can be thought of as a passing or a series of passing tones between F sharp and D. And if we take those out as non-chord notes, really measure 5 through 8 can be thought of all as D7. So we have 4 measures of G major, 4 measures of D7. Moving on, it's going to be 2 measures of G major, 2 measures of E minor, 1 measure of B minor, 2 measures of A sharp diminished. Now you might be saying, okay, great, why do I care? Well, I'm going to tell you why you should care. I want you to think about playing music like telling a story. And to every good story, there is pacing and a cadence. We start off with these longer harmonic sections, 4 measures, 4 measures. Then we move to 2 measures, 1 measure. As you see, the harmony starts up very luxuriously and spacious, then it gets quicker and quicker and quicker. It's important to be cognizant of that and to shape your performance in an appropriate way. As the harmonic pacing gets quicker, the music gets more insistent and more agitated. And that should be reflected in your playing, whether it be with your use of volume or vibrato or tone color. You have all of these tools available to you. But the big gist of it is that everything starts more relaxed and happy and just open and cheerful, and then becomes more and more insistent after measure 8. So that was just a brief window into how practicing scales and arpeggios and applying that knowledge to your music can make your process quicker, make you a better sight reader, and also deepen your understanding and your interpretation of the music. Thanks for sticking around to watch the preview of this episode of Inside the Music. To watch the full episode, please consider becoming a channel member. In addition to supporting my work such as this, you'll also be gaining access to more exclusive members-only content, and I thank you greatly in advance. But while you're here, here's another video you might be interested in. Thanks for watching.